Manish and Tanushri, who will give you a 5-minute presentation on what Startup Soirée is all about. Thank you so much, everyone, and I hope you enjoy the pictures being with you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Ritika, for setting the context. I will not take too much of time because, as Ritika said, we're trying to manage the time constraints. So just a quick sense about what we're doing. We're a part of TiE, Chandigarh TiE is part of TiE Global. TiE Global is a US-based global organization, a non-profit organization. The whole purpose of TiE is to create a very strong spirit of entrepreneurship. Within India, there are about 21 chapters of TiE. Chandigarh is one of the fastest growing chapters. I think I feel proud in sharing this. This chapter was founded about 20 years back. As of today, we have close to about 350 active members of TiE across charter members, institute members, and associate members. Next, please. Just to give a quick sense, SSS as a concept, Startup Soirée is about 3 to 4 years old. So how are we different this year? This year we were slightly more stringent in terms of the criteria basis which we shortlisted the startups. There were about 60 startups which had applied. Out of the 60 startups, 10 were shortlisted. There was a special curated screening team. This team used certain evaluation criteria to select the startups. This year, we've got a much wider representation in terms of geographies. We've got startups who applied from all over the country, from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat. So the reach of TiE Chandigarh is spreading quite fast. I think we take pride in that. Even in terms of domain specific, we've got the startups are all industry agnostic. We've got representation across fintech, healthcare, travel, fashion, logistics. Next, please. In terms of investors, we've got close to about 50 within India. Also, there are thanks a lot, sincere thanks to all those investors who could take out time to travel all the way to Chandigarh, especially from Delhi, in spite of the Kisan Morcha protest. Really appreciate your gesture of coming especially for the event. We've got VCs, we've got a couple of VCs, we've got angel networks, and we've got angel investors from the startup community. Next, please. This gives a snapshot of, because of paucity of time, it's not possible for us to introduce individual investors. Sincere apologies for that, but this picture, this collage gives a sense in terms of the kind of investors who are participating today. The next slide talks about the different different entities which they are running. We also have sincere thanks to Pentagon Rubber, MPRAM, Just IT, and Chandigarh Administration. Next, please. With this, I think I now hand over the stage to Nitika. Nitika, over to you. Nitika will actually manage the next 2.5 hours. We've got 10 startups who will be pitching. We've got investors sitting in the front rows. They all have been handed over evaluation sheets, and I think let the action begin. Nitika, over to you.
Good afternoon to all of you. So I think it's a very, very busy and energetic day at TiEcon Chandigarh. Do you all agree? No, I don't feel like it's a houseful show. Please show some energy. We have to begin the startup pitching. It needs a lot of energy and patience and effort. So show some energy. Yeah. You can do better, but it's okay. I'll work around this. Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone. I am Nitika Khurana. A lot of you already know me. I try to run Chandigarh Angels on day-to-day basis, and I had operations and investments. Today we are just here as partners to TiEcon Chandigarh to support this entire ecosystem of startups and startup investments. And just 2 lines before we start with the startup pitching. I'm not going to keep you away from the pitching session. About Chandigarh Angels, can you have the next slide, please? So this is a brief on the portfolio. There were many, we could not fit the logos. So Sachin said, "Thode se dikha do bas." So this is a display of some of our portfolio companies. Next, please. We were very fortunate that being from a tier 2 city like Chandigarh, we were able to make into the list of 100 most active investors by Inc42. We were recognized by Inc42 in the list of 15 most active angel networks in India. We were featured as top angel networks, and this is very, very important for us because we have the local first approach. We are a tier 2 city angel network, so it was a very good recognition for us. 5 CR floating, and today they are at 124 CR. Barney's, again a Alcobev brand, invested at 13.5 CR, is now at 90 CR valuation. Blackbow, again a very good portfolio company of ours, doing really well in terms of valuation. Expetrons, which was invested at 91 CR, is at 245 CR. And these are some of really great exits which we had. I think Biryani by Kilo, I don't need to mention, we are being identified by this as one of the exits. Freed, Inc42, Legality, Kiwi, Ecoation, some HR, and many more in the pipeline. And the idea to tell you was that a lot of startups here in Chandigarh might be thinking, yahan koi funding nahi hoti hai, Delhi jao, Mumbai jao, but that's not true. We are here, we are a group of 75 plus HNIs, very, very strong angel investors who come from prolific backgrounds, and we are more than happy to support you and invest in you. Thanks a lot, and now I will begin with startup pitching. Can we have the first pitch deck, please? Some pointers. Please, since we are time bound, keep your pitch to 10 minutes sharp. 8 minutes first bell, 10 minutes second bell, and then 5 minutes for Q&A. I would request everyone from startups to investors to kindly adhere to the timeline. Thanks a lot. So Team Rodo on stage, please give them a big hand.
I'm a founder for Europe. Incidentally, I'm also from Chandigarh, moved out of Chandigarh back in 2000, living in Delhi since then. In between, I joined HCL, was with HCL Technologies for 18 years, managing some of the global operations. We set this up almost 18 months back and have quite a good traction and backing receiving from a lot of people from the financial services industry and a couple of other investors also. Can we keep on moving? Our goal is to make cross-border payments simpler, safer, faster. It's a segment that we've picked up knowing that this is one of the biggest and the growing segment out of India, which is the student segment, and that's where we start to tap into. But our horizon is not just students, but our horizon is much more wider in terms of other adjacent spaces as well. Next slide. Convera, who really built across the globe. So one of the key agenda is also not just get sucked up into one single location, jurisdiction, or a country, but also look at horizon in terms of how you can expand beyond India as well. And that's our horizon in terms of this year. We are looking to launch in 8 to 10 corridors beyond India as well. Next slide. One of the key pain points, starts with the exorbitant cost in the space. So you would typically have, parents or students paying between 2.5% to 4.5%, and that becomes a tipping point for us in terms of why a consumer comes to us. But they don't stick with us because of price point; they stick with us because of the services and the experience that they have in terms of us doing a frictionless payments across the globe. Next one. A lot of these payments are also, manual in nature. It is still not digitized, in terms of the entire journey, and this is the part because of the way the industry has been working, and part regulations, what RBI allows or doesn't allow. What we've been able to build is seamless experience, frictionless experience in terms of students coming or parents coming on board and initiating payments with us. It's also about simplifying payments and the payment structure in terms of what exactly the consumers or customers are paying for. Right? We've done a lot of integration in terms of integrating with, we can go to next slides. Swift network, where the traceability of the payments is a big issue from now. So think of when you send a payment outside of India, you're unable to track it, right? And then this is across the industry. So working with Swift GPI to implement something which is going to be the first in the industry. None of even the banks have implemented Swift GPI. So what it helps us is in terms of tracing the payments and also doing a pre-validation of the consumers or customers to where the payments are heading to. Structures, we are the lowest in terms of even the banks that we compare with. So typically we've capped our payments structure at 1.5%. And like I said, most of the banks and other players operate between 2 to costs could even go higher as compared to what we are charging here. It's generally around in the ballpark range of 6 to 8%. Us coming from countries like Canada, where we partnership with likes of HSBC and CIBC or Simply Financial, or likes of Expatrio in Germany. And then this is a partnership that we will continue to build. Next slide. So what we did is back in November 22, we did a pre-seed round and we raised around $650,000. Now within that $650,000, we've been able to deliver 4 products in this short span of time. One of the first products that we rolled out is the B2B partnerships, where we've onboarded more than 300 plus partners as on date. Riodo Micro is for smaller value payments. You think about payments which are $100, $200, and typically the costs tend to go very, very high. The cost could be as high as 8 to 10%. And that is something that we've been able to work with our banking partners and ensure that the cost doesn't go high for smaller value payments or under $500 worth of payments. University collection is now where we are talking to 8-9 different universities across the globe to partner with them. What it means is when a student receives the offer letter, we are going to be part of that offer letter in terms of the payment links through which the students can click and go on to make a payment. The reason being, this is a massive, push that we have in terms of the trust that we are able to build with the students and the parents, because it's a recommendation coming from universities that these are our payment partners and you can initiate payments via us. Riodo app is also something that we've already launched on the Play Store. We are still in the beta testing phase and looking to integrate with the banking partner with IDFC for doing the completely digital KYC on the app itself. And we are also looking to build within this year, end of this year, we are looking to launch the testing support in the initial couple of months. What we are building is a wallet services which is linked to a bank account. So they would have an access to a banking network or a wallet from day one of their landing or post we've got to buy. And that's where we are looking at some acquisitions or applying our own licenses with RBI as well. I'll skip this. In the past 4 quarters, we've had phenomenal growth, and this could have been better. But we've been growing at almost like we grew 41x in the past couple of quarters with close to 20 million in terms of GTV for this financial year, and this is going to be our first full financial year. From 20 million, we are looking to, we've already built a funnel of 120, 130 million for next financial year. But I think some of the key partnerships that we are now working on, there are 4 or 5 different partnerships at very, very large scale that should help us scale beyond 300 million in the next financial year. So in terms of questions of how big this market is, our next 5 years projections look like closer to 50 million in terms of the revenue stream that we are able to build. But beyond obviously 50 million, there are additional things that we need to build in terms of products or markets or new corridors that we would want to launch in. And there are different base cases that we've already worked on in terms of how aggressive can we go out in the market and launch our products and services beyond India. Next slide. Go beyond 300 million in terms of the partnerships that we are establishing as of now. And by end of 5 years, we are actually looking to gross over 3 billion in terms of the GTV. And this is just the India market that we are talking about. In terms of the overall TAM, today this TAM is closer to around 50 billion, which is growing approximately between 40-45% CAGR, for the past couple of years. And by next financial year, it's anticipated to be around 75 billion. Which is being contributed by close to 1.8 million students who would travel abroad, for the next year.
Just one point. Is that rupees? Is that dollars?
That is dollars. Yeah, that's dollars. We've got a phenomenal team. We've got Abhimanyu who comes from Instarem and Niyam. Niyam is a global payments infrastructure company, based out of US and Singapore. Sure. And so we can move ahead. So that's all from my end. Happy to take any questions. Our take rate is on the B2B side, it is closer to 0.3%. On the B2C side, it is closer to 0.6%. Over the next 5 years, what we're looking at is reaching a take rate of 0.8%.
What would be our net revenue fee in this?
As of date, we've grossed for this financial year closer to 200k revenues. Just our revenues.
That's about 1.5.
1.3%, yeah.
Unit economics.
Let's keep it
Throw some light in unit economics.
Volume is driven by B2C, where our take rate or unit economics is closer to 0.6%. On the B2B side, we do end up sharing a lot of margin profile with our B2B partners, which is going to be closer to 0.8, 0.9%.
So what differentiates you with other vendors? Because why they are charging more and you are charging? You transfer from India to US or US to India?
No,
you
but
do it.
we do a direct conversion. We don't convert first into a USD and then into different
And
currencies.
what have you taken a consideration into fluctuation in currency? If you're doing from India to US?
So we are protected against them. Once we lock the rates with the customer, currency may fluctuate, but we've already locked the currencies with
So every time it's going to be different.
Yeah,
If somebody wants, every day it's going to be
every
different.
transaction is different. So as of now, we've not built that scale where we can partner with the bank saying that, hey, we'll book, let's say, $1 million USD with you for the next 2 days. So we're not working on that model. So we're working because of the size and scale that we have today. We don't want to take the risk of hedging and then losing out because of the currency fluctuation. But at scale, we will definitely work that out.
Which is 0.5 going to 0.8. Is there any other revenue stream you can think of within this business? Because a $3 billion business in 5 years from now should generate additional streams.
There are. So, when we are talking about wallet at the destination side or forex cards, those that spend does not happen on day one when a student loads a forex card or receives money in his wallet. That is when we are looking to build on float revenues on the destination side. In addition, there are a lot of queries that we get in terms of can we also help students in terms of loans. So that's an additional data point that we've already started capturing. It's a product which is not yet ready for us to launch. But what we're building is a bidding platform. Once a consumer comes to us, we've all the data already captured. We bid, let the banks bid for that particular student and provide them the loans. That is an additional revenue stream that we are looking to build ourselves. So we acquire customers through our B2B channels, right? And for us to acquire a B2B channel today, it is closer to around $350. And the B2B channel, then gives us closer to, let's say, an average of 20 students in a quarter or so. So that's our average as of date today. But we are going big on B2B as of now to build the scale for the next 12 to 18 months. And that's where most of the partnerships are happening, and that's where most of the growth is happening for the next financial year as well. From a consumer standpoint, what we've budgeted is closer to $50 in terms of an acquisition cost. And that is in line with some of the other global players that we've
We'll take one last question due to paucity of time. Just one last question.
As you were saying, your margin is 1.5%, close to 1%.
gross margin.
But the 82s which you are referring to, they are charging much lesser than that.
Depends.
How can you compete with them?
So the consumer doesn't get that margin, right? It is the B2B partners who take that margin. So consumer actually ends up paying 1.5 to 2.5% itself.
In case of Flava, it may be.
That we also work with.
Okay, I think we can take rest of the questions offline. A great pitch.
Thank you.
All the best. A big hand for the team. Can we have the next team wrestling? Shashank Jha on the stage, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible? Yes. Perfect. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for considering me to pitch here. I'm a bit overwhelmed because I have just seen a very senior and mature founder pitching over here, and then I was asked to pitch here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but let me try. My name is Shashank. I'm IT Delhi 2023 graduate. It all started in 2019 when I was in first year. एक इवेंट होता है IT दिल्ली में, इंडस्ट्री डे बोलते हैं उसे. A lot of researchers from many tier 2, tier 1 universities were there, presenting their work of last 5 to 10 years, the groundbreaking technology where they have put in so many years, and they're pitching it to many people who are there. And I asked this question: have you tried it to test with the market, or let's say if you have built some kidney dialysis equipment, have you tried to test it with, let's say, hospital? The answer was, मैं apply कर रहा हूँ to incubators. I'm trying to talk to investors. I'm looking for help. incubators हैं, university support करने की कोशिश करती है, but to find the exactly that one right partner, can be an investor, can be Tata Steel, can be some other organization who can take that technology, absorb it and take it forward. Doesn't happen in India. We don't have any avenue for such researchers, such companies who actively are looking for tech solution to effectively collaborate. एक रास्ता है to go an event. But how helpful that been so far? We have events, we have many organizations like TiE Chandigarh जो होता है. But do we have tech solution, efficient solution to bring all these tech stakeholders together and solve pressing R&D problems like climate change, which is happening very drastically right now? That was the problem which I saw in first year. I served as president of PCEL while being in IT Delhi, and I worked with industry body of IT Delhi as well. IT Delhi के अलावा भी काफी universities में we have industry bodies, and their motivation is to maximize number of projects coming to their university. They have proper outreach team की companies आए उनके साथ काम करे, but again is very manual. So again, just to break down the problem, 25 to 50% of outsourced projects fail. Why? Because industries are never able to find the right researcher. Researchers are never able to work with the right industry, because matchmaking has always been a pain. Average duration again to complete any kind of R&D collaboration take around 3 years. ये runway नहीं होता startups का, which is the current scenario in India. And if you were to look at the researcher, 50% of their time goes in making PPT. Imagine a talented researcher dropping his nanotechnology work and making PPT, applying in Google form and getting no reply. That is the current reality. Money which they are making being a researcher is around 4 lakh rupees. They operate in immense pressure. Institutions help them, but again we really need a solution to help them get out of the situation, work on their problems so that they work on what they really are strong about. Again, what we are building is very simple. Platform for industries, academia and researchers to come together, work together and make sure they utilize their time very wisely. This is the current market cap. If you were to speak only about pharma as industry, IoT as industry, in 2022 only, spend on R&D was 14,000 crore. This is not the mainstream, field where you will see a lot of articles coming in and you will see a lot of, interesting insights coming in. Why? Because this is not something which people want to have any kind of care about. Happens very confidentiality के साथ में ताकि researchers are being taken care of in given direction. Coming to how exactly it happens, a recent Shark Tank startup Loka, they wanted to build a device. Shark Tank के अलावा आप किसी भी situation में, if you were to see big tech startup, the journey to build the product is very long, and they always have tough time to collaborate with researchers. There is no avenue again, be it a startup or SME or big corporation, to work with right researcher on their R&D problem statement. Help them to figure out the right researcher within 10 timeline and budget, complete the entire project within a month, and they're happy to take their second round ahead. Same is the story of this EV startup. They're trying to recycle lithium-ion battery. If you know, government policies are aligned to make sure e-waste management happens on time, and they are also the policies which are pushing manufacturing in India. And you need a lot of infra-level support for these companies, be it R&D or laboratories. Again, this is our website. So if you were to get access to our product, this is how you as a company can see all the projects going on. Let's say you have all projects which you can manage, can operationally take care of the payment, filing for the patent, absorbing it in-house. And it's very simple. Imagine if you are a company, you want to start a project and you just write the title, description, objective, category of research, lab test, patent transfer or anything. And our tech make sure that we help you define this entire proposition into RFP, request proposal, which again loops in the right researchers from various tier 1 and tier 2 researchers or tier 2 colleges to find you the right researchers. You effectively collaborate and you can manage your entire work at one place. So you don't need to coordinate with a lot of people, ask for the documentation, update on the time, happening everything at one time, which saves you a lot of resources and also ROI coming on time. Again, lab se leke equipment, chemical, patent, everything which you need in the process have us at one place. And if you were to look at the global landscape right now, we have Material Connection, one of the indirect competitors we have. And the question again, why exactly we are here and why we are doing it. Again, you will see we don't have any solution in India or across this world where researchers are very happy to go share their work and take their finding ahead. Researchers के पास कोई platform नहीं है. ResearchGate है, they go dump their paper and go away from there. They don't interact with there. You will not see any kind of collaboration happening over there. Behance is for designer, GitHub is for techies. But for researchers, we don't have any platform. This is how we are making money. Subscription for the product, success fee. If there's a very big project, we take a certain percentage to it. Then equity, newly formed technology, any kind of patent transfer happens via us. We take a royalty or equity if it's gonna become a company. But उनके पास opportunity नहीं आती. And yes, why this is the right time to start? You will see a lot of government policies coming, pushing funded R&D, academia, industry collaboration happening for next decade. And this is really important for us to make sure that we end up having some indigenous innovation coming from India. Again, our team, you will see all young, stupid, nerdy people coming right after college trying to build this thing. We often ask this question ourselves that are we here and are we ready to build this? But again, we have been able to receive a lot of support from various institutions, investors, and people who are there who say that this has to be solved. Again, our investor, it all started me asking for help from Azhar sir, again recent Shark Tank judge. I was at this point right after my graduation that I needed some money. I come from middle class family. We don't have a lot of money to do experiments on startups. So he called me up and then says, "तुझे कितने पैसे चाहिए?" Made the entire calculation. अच्छा ऑफिस का इतना, 2 लोगों की सैलरी, इतना बेसिक खर्चा है, 60,000 पर महीना, 3 महीने का 2-2.5 लाख होता है. I'm transferring that to you. उस समय पिछले एक ठीक से नहीं बना था. It all started from them. Then we had executive director of Tata Industries, Mr. Jamwal sir. Again, he had 1 hour of conversation with us and he onboarded that 2-1 within that call. We have Mr. Neeraj sir sitting here. Thank you so much sir for supporting us in this journey. We have again Abhishek helping us to get Neeraj and Gaurav. Then we have many other people. You can see Dr. Alok Nardi, who really been the part of this academia industry collaboration, very closely work with government as well. Of course, not to mention about Mr. Vinit, again Vinit sir, Nitika ma'am and Sanchit helping us to close this round so that we are able to grow in the right direction. So far, because of these people, we are able to have this sustainable growth to a decent level, but we need strategic partners, especially coming from universities, especially coming from institutions where they think that there has to be a tech solution so that they can maximize number of funded R&D projects coming to their researchers. They don't want to do outreach. They are not supposed to do it. That's not their job. They need to have some scalable solution that any company on this planet comes for any R&D problem statement, and if they have the labs and capabilities to do it, they should have this opportunity to collaborate with them. That's what we are doing. And that's all. Again, I want to invite all the universities. Last minute, ma'am.
No, 1 minute, 10 seconds.
Okay. So again, want to invite for Research Plus PAN level researchers hackathon. All universities are invited for this. Researchers who are working on any project will get 1 CR of funding. Their work will be taken to the right industry. It can be Tata, Reliance, any other big corporation who wanted to fund them. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. Open for the questions.
Thank you, Shashank. Thank you for the great presentation. Open to questions from the investors, please.
Very well presented.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very well presented.
Yeah.
I have a question. So the challenge is that a researcher gets paid by a university or some other place.
Yeah.
You are trying to build a platform in between, connecting the corporate and or industry and the researcher in some way for work, right?
Sir, we are not bypassing institution. We are not bypassing the admin bodies. And admin decides researcher ko kya milega. You are very right. And if they get, let's say, 30K per month and project value is 1 CR, they won't feel very motivated. So institution will have to have some level of modification. They already have started with it.
And secondly, the reason a researcher gets paid 4 lakh rupees, as you highlighted, the challenge is that they want to just do research. They're not necessarily industry ready or willing to give industry ready solution, whereas industry struggles to find research and commercialize it, because the challenge is in having a ready solution versus some raw prototype somewhere, right? So matching this is not that simple. It's not just a technology where you can build a website and say we'll create an RFP. The challenge is in connecting the researcher to the making them ready for industry. That is not solvable by a website.
I agree. We are not saying that, sir. We need to have efficient way for figure out the right researcher, which is discovery of right researcher who is ready to take that particular project. Startup अगर 5 लाख लेके आता है, he just needs someone who understands electronics, build the PCB so that he can build the MVP.
That is my question. I'm an industry. Let's say I'm a pharma company.
Okay.
I want someone to research on how do I know who's the right researcher and how are you helping? You can create a database. Database at best is like yellow pages or some directory.
Yeah.
But how do I know who's right? Who will be able to do it?
First of all, industries again don't have this understanding that exactly who gonna be the researcher, how exactly gonna happen. So they have one level of understanding of the project. I want to modify this macromolecule so that I can have this advancement in the medicine. So you made that much. An algorithm is gonna take care of the technicalities and the profile which is required to execute that problem statement. Now the algorithm gonna again make sure that it goes out to write the search.
Are you using any AI or any idea?
We haven't started writing with help of JavaScript and certain other ML program which we have. We are able to do well. So our intention is to make sure use existing technology to solve the problem, not to complicate things with AI. That's been journey so far.
So you are going to adopt AI and ChatGPT?
We don't have an option. We don't have an option. We will have to use AI.
Shashank,
Yes, sir.
how you are different from science.com?
Science.com एक यूज करिए आप वहाँ पे जाके कोशिश कीजिए अपना काम करवाने की एज इंडस्ट्री टू ट्राई टू अपलोड ए प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट ओवर देयर टू ट्राई टू फाइंड a research over there you won't be able to do it. It's a very complicated platform, again not really streamlined in a way where any category of company can come up with their R&D problem statement, start their work, find the right researcher, effectively collaborate and get documentation happening on time.
No, but I know many of the biopharma companies that are coming on the science.com and they are providing, they are publishing their request over there.
Hanji.
Through which many research institutions or researchers, they are contacting with this biopharma client. So science.com is a kind of platform that can helping them to collaborate together.
Hanji.
So that is my question, how you are different from that?
Sir, they first of all cater to a particular sector, and again to be very honest, being very frank right now, they haven't really built this back-end matchmaking technology which is really scalable to take care of all tier 2, tier 1 researchers, plus make sure they help founders as well who are let's say building some tech solution, have budget of let's say 50 lakh rupees. वो थोड़ा consulting type company होती हैं, उनकी एक website होती है. You are very right that a website will not be able to solve this problem. Although they do have an interface, but end of the day you have a project manager who gonna find the right researcher, help you only when you have budget of 50 lakh rupees.
Hey Shashank, love the passion, man. Love the passion and very, very strong value proposition.
Can I see you?
This is me. And congratulations on putting together that fantastic team. It's very hard to convince so many young people to join you and so many investors.
Thank you so much.
Two quick questions. One, can you help me understand what the current traction is?
Yeah.
And otherwise, also, can you help me understand what the logic for the 25 crore valuation?
Yes, sir. So, sir, I had this very clear statement coming from Nitin Jain, who's co-founder of business, that make sure that your revenue first. Tech product बाद में बनाते रहना. Make sure you start helping companies and make money. So, around June, July के time से we started making money. So far, we have fluctuation between 3 to 5 lakh का revenue coming per month. We were aggressive कि revenue बहुत करना है, but we realized we are not really that big कि we will start asking 50 lakh rupees for R&D projects. So intention is to have many companies coming with their R&D project. So far, we have completed 10 projects end to end. These people are able to get for the next round. We have 50 companies working with us. We have access to 4,000 researchers. We have partnered with IMA, IIT Roorkee, talking to again IIT Delhi, I'm from there, and many other institutions. I will be able to again have this positivity coming from any university today.
This
So
is in how much time?
this happened over a period of 7 months.
Fantastic. And all of these clients are one-time clients. Right?
No sir, if you say that मुझे battery cycle करना है, then you need to package it as well. You need to modify
So
it as
they
well.
would be lifelong clients?
Yes.
Those who are coming to you, they would be paying your lifelong subscription?
Loka was our first client, Shark Tank startup. They told us to build this MVP, budget of 75,000 rupees. Then they told us इसका algorithm भी बना दो, which will require us again to do certain things. We costed 50,000 for that. They told us एक variable है, उसके ऊपर में IoT integration करना है with our gaming platform, Unreal Engine. वो भी कर दो. We charge again 1 lakh rupees for it. So when you say you need to have an R&D, वो ongoing process होता है. At times it is one-time transaction, but majority of the case they have this dependency on us. Why? Because we were the one who built the foundational level tech for them.
So you are a tech support more than a subscription-based service.
Sir, when you work with a researcher for a given transaction, a researcher helps you with one project for one requirement. That particular person has ability to perform on that. But when you need, let's say, in someone in electronics, you very quickly gonna need someone from electrical. Very quickly the requirement gonna change. Very quickly the budget gonna change. So you will not be able to again do one-time transaction with a one researcher. You need lab combination of researchers. So that is what exactly we're gonna do. Yeah.
One question. Okay, last quick question, then quick answer.
So so how you really tracking कि project शुरू हुआ, project deliver हो गया? Is it really a kind of a manual thing?
No mechanism. Yes, yeah. Payment again happens. Hanji sir, sorry. The time which we took to have this growth and sorry. So,
rationale for 25 crore valuation.
sir, rationale is this: the time which we took to have these many companies, these many institutions, plus making sure that we build the tech product as well to have the revenue as well. Combination of all of it is happening in that time is something which I think is good enough reason for to ask for 25 CR
It
valuation.
will be 7 months, right? The
Yes, sir.
onboarding of the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's nearly 50 lakhs is your total annual income right now, right?
If you were to combine last 3 months, yes, sir. Sir, okay.
And 25 crore is like probably 200 times, right, valuation?
Sir, I think we are not really that one company who should be having the revenue multiple at this stage. I think that will happen when we go for the next round. But if you want to have that logic, I think I will not be able to answer that question. I will take your question. I'm so sorry. You asked the question.
We
Yeah,
can
please.
actually speak offline, but my question was, will you be collaborating or competing with a lot of R&D focused engineering services companies?
We cannot compete
There are
with them,
plenty
sir.
of them.
No, we cannot
And none of
compete.
them basically
No.
got, like 200x of their revenue.
No, sir. There's no chance we're gonna do that. We want to make sure that we build a platform where collaboration happens very efficient with minimum friction. Of you, your company, to find the right partner for your R&D. आपका budget अगर 1 CR है and you need a CRO, you make sure that you have all potential CROs coming to you and then you collaborate with them. That's what we're gonna do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think we can definitely take some questions offline because
Sure.
we are running out of time.
Sure.
And just before we proceed forward, so since Shashank has already mentioned, but we are officially taking this platform to announce that Chandigarh Angel Network has recently done and closed their investment in wrestling. So we have supported them in the first round, the seed round, along with Azhar and other key investors. So quickly, just 1 minute, I'll have the investors from Chandigarh Angels who supported to come on the stage. And so this is officially, we are announcing a round and no better platform than TiE Chandigarh, I think. Please come here, come here. So they support these young startups and that's how we've been able to create a strong portfolio. Guys, investment announcement deserves a huge round of applause, please. I think
बस आगे नहीं जाना भाई.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Since we are today here with this diverse set of amazing investors, your time starts now, please.
Thank you so much, TiE Chandigarh, for giving me this platform. Before I start anything, I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So before I start anything, आप लोगों से कुछ पूछना चाहूँगी, आप लोगों को शायद अपने पुराने टाइम में लेने जाना चाहूँगी कि क्या कभी ऐसा हुआ था कि आप स्पोर्ट्समैन बनना चाहते थे, कोई क्रिकेटर बनना चाहते थे या फुटबॉलर बनना चाहते थे, पर लेकिन रोज स्कूल जाना पड़ता था तो इसलिए प्रैक्टिस में नहीं जा सकते थे, या फिर कोई ऐसी आपकी कोई ड्रीम जॉब थी जिसके लिए आप कहीं जाना चाहते थे लेकिन बिकॉज ऑफ योर चाइल्ड एजुकेशन यू कुड नॉट जॉइन दैट जॉब. So with all this thing, having these questions in mind and being an educationist for last 14 years, I've seen some challenges in the normal conventional school education. One is there is a lack of flexible system. We have the disturbance in education for the parents who are into the corporate and the transferable jobs. We have the lack of quality in the education in tier 2, tier 3 cities. There is a transition problem for the NRIs. And there are so many other problems where conventional education systems are facing. So here the class of 1, I'm here the veteran presents the class of 1 with an optimal solutions for all these problems. So these are the solutions which the class of 1 gives to the conventional education system. We are the complete online global school. You can say that we are the school without any boundaries, without any bricks and walls. We are having the flexible scheduling, we have the flexible timings so that your child can attend the school at its own pace. The cost effective, that's a very important part of the conventional because nowadays conventional schools are becoming very, very expensive. There is a global accessibility, your child doesn't need anything else to attend the education other than a mobile or the laptop with an internet connection. It's the inclusive content, it is the digital content is made which is accessible, which is used for any kind of a needs, whether your child has a kinetic needs or any other special needs. Our curriculum suffice all those problems. Our curriculum is AR, VR powered. We have the specially digital curriculum made which use the AR, VR systems. We have the enhanced digital resources, and of course our curriculum is integrated with NEP 2020. Why you choose us? Why you should choose the online education with the class of 1? So these are our USPs, because we not only work on the academic part, we work on the social and emotional part also. We work on the co-curricular activities. We have so many good partners with us. We have Oxford, we have the Torrance, which gives us the musical curriculum with us. We have the 365, where your child physical education is also taken care of. We give the personalized attention. Here I am not talking about any recorded classes. Here the teachers are taking the interactive classes with the students. So there is the personal connection is always available like in the normal schools. So this is the market size of EdTech in India, which is 28.6. which is $29 billion by 2030 in India. These are the different programs which the class of 1 presents. One is the foundation program, that is for the little ones. Then we have the Indian curriculum, which is based on the NCERT system. Then we have one British curriculum program, that's the Pearson Edexcel program, and we are recognized with them. So we will, if your child appear in the British curriculum, they will get the certification for the 10th and 12th as well. We have Edu for All program, that is our affordable education system, and we provide the online tuitions and the languages clubs also. As I said, we are the affordable education. So the price, the ticket size of our education is only 37,000 per year. The average cost is the 37,000 per year. So it's a different in different curriculums, but the average comes out to be 37,000 per year. If I talk about the market size, so in NCERT, in CBSE only, in India, more than 26 crore children enroll in NCERT, the CBSE. And if we talk about the global, if we talk about the state, this number is much higher. We have been in operations from the last 3 years, and as you can see, we started in 2021 with 131 students. Now we have 705 students. That's a 213% growth in 3 years. We have the students in all the sections. We have the pre-primary, primary, middle school, high school. We have the students from all over the world. Though maximum are from India, but we have the students from Middle East, we have the students from Europe and rest of the world. Our major 10 Indian cities from which we have the school, which we have the students are Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi. This is the core team. I'm Divya Jain. I'm an educationist from last 14 years with my co-founder Pooja Khurana. We have the Prateek Sharma and we have the Manisha Bagi. She's the principal of the school. It's just like the normal school principal is there, so all academics is taken care by her, and she has been into the education from last 20 years. So here we are not talking about only money, here actually we are talking about the real education. This is our revenue slide. We started in 21-22 and by 25-26 and we are into the EBITDA positive. We are into the negative EBITDA, but yes, this year we will be doing the positive EBITDA. And we have done the revenue of 3 CR. These are the levers for our growth. When we talk about it, we will be into the positive. So we are talking about all these kinds of the growth. We are targeting the 2,000 admissions in 24-25 because we are opening the market. There are very few organizations in India of this kind. We are the very asset-light company because if we have to start a school, it at least minimum need 100 CR to start one school. That is the capacity of 2,000 students only. But here, this is an advantage to us. We can have as many as students we can have. Sorry, I missed this. Though we have the solution for everyone, but I say like the low-hanging fruits for this system is we are ideal for the parents who are into the transferable job. We come like as a boon to them. We are the very good solutions for the NRIs who wants to go to the Dubai or somewhere else, but yes, they want to be connected with the CBSE curriculum, so they can always have education with us. We have the very good solutions for the people who are into the who need special needs, for maybe the physical needs or the mental needs. we are the very good solutions for the children who want to go to the sports, who want to be the sports aspirants, so that they can continue with their practices with the academics also. The market size for this strata, जो मैंने अभी आपसे बात करी, that is around 1.34 CR NRIs are there as per the data of the MOE. We have 73 lakh sports aspirants in India. That's a data of SAG. And we have 80 lakh special needs children in India. So these all are my low-hanging fruits which we can directly target. We will be doing all these things by all these marketing strategies, by the top funnel marketing strategies, middle funnel strategies, etc. And here we are asking for the 4.4 CR. That's money we need to have the 2,000 students with us. Thank you.
Yes, please.
So my question is like how the students are going to do activity, participate in activity?
So everything is done online. We have the set curriculum for the music, we have the set curriculum for the sports, we have the agencies with us, we have a 365-degree fitness, that's the sports curriculum with us. So we do everything online. Though we are into the hybrid model also, like we have planned the monthly activities for all the students in their different cities. Yeah.
Is this your first round or have you made before?
No, this is our first round.
What's the valuation ask?
4.4.
Valuation?
24 CR.
No, only investor questions, please. We have very less time. Yeah. Any other questions from the
Are
investors?
your courses certified by any
Yes, sir. If I talk about the British curriculum, that's certified by the Pearson Edison. And if I talk about the Indian curriculum, so we are associated with the NIOS. So in 10th and 12th, the child can appear for the 10th and for the NIOS exams.
And the students which are registered on your portal, like they are full time like studying from.
Yes, they are studying full time. We have the session of 3 hours, 3.5 hours as per the age groups.
And they are repeatable, like in the next year they getting admission.
Yes, very much.
What is like 100% or 90%? What is the repeat rate, like return?
You mean to like the every year, the continuation of the
Right,
students?
exactly.
Sir, we have around 70% continuation of them.
So are you competing with the tuition centers or schools right now?
Sir, actually we are not competing with the tuition centers or I should say the school also, because we are not competing with any DPS or something. We are giving the solution for the children who are not able to get the education because of different reasons. Because maybe the good school is not there into their vicinity, maybe they want to do something else other than academics.
In the COVID time, like all the schools have been shifted to this model, but now they come back to.
Right, sir.
So why do you think like they came back to a physical model?
Sir, actually when COVID came, the students take this platform, but that was a forced decision. That was not an optional decision. But now the parents who come to us, that's their informed decision that yes, they want their child to be into this system only. They want their children education to be finished by 3-4 hours, and then they can pursue their own career and something like that.
And out of 705 students that we have right now, we have 200 parents, who are early adopters, like who are coming to us, sending their children to our school. They really want to, give that particular sport thing to their children. They are investing on sports first, and they are doing the school online.
Yes. And moreover, the transferable jobs, the people who are into the transferable jobs, their kids actually suffer a lot of problems, transferring from different schools every year or after every 3-4 months. So we have a very good solution for them as well.
What's your ARPU and renewal rate year on year?
Renewal rate is around 40%. ARPU is around 27,421. That is for a year, for 1 month.
Yes, please.
40%.
What's the dropout rate, if any? What's current dropout rate, and what's the screen time per day?
Right. So if I talk about the dropout rate, once a child is with us, 100% they complete 1 year with us. But yes, the 10-20% used to because at the time we started with 131 kids, but yes, dropout are there. If they want to go to after few months they want to go to some other school or something like that. That comes out to be around 30%.
30%. And from which class? Right?
Let's have one question from you. We can only have investor questions, please. Yes.
Have you built your own proprietary tech stack for your platform, or are you using a industry?
So we have outsourced tech right now. We are using Zoom for classes. We have an ERP which is also outsourced. Right now we want investment, to invest in
To
our
make our
own.
own technology and all.
Yes.
So you don't have your own proprietary.
Right now we don't have, but we are tied up with Oxford Advantage OA. So we are using their LMS as.
Because I just wondered, you're offering CBSE, but then how do you track everything?
So there is a ERP. ERP is integrated with LMS. LMS is being used from Oxford Advantage, and that's how we are tracking everything. So entire success of every student is being tracked in that.
Yeah. We give them mark sheets, we give them everything. The online exams are there, everything has been done.
Yeah, any questions from the investors, please? No? Any from this side? Are we done?
So one question.
Okay, last one question.
Where did you get this idea, to continue this way? What is it?
Right, very much. Sir, as I said, I'm an educationist from last 14 years. Actually, I'm running the 2 schools. Already running 2 schools in Noida. And when COVID came, so I saw, as my principal said, that we are very happy with the online education. The children are actually putting some more attention in the online education. So then we think of, why we should constrain ourselves only to the COVID period. If education can happen online in COVID period, it can happen forever.
And I feel like it is more of can we focus on people where they have transferable job or disabled people?
Yes, and the sports experience and where the good schools are not available. So the good schools are available majorly in metro cities or the tier 1, but in tier 2, tier 3 cities actually the good education is not available.
Just in the interest of time, any last?
Yeah, so Federal Start would be interested in the model, the value prop that you are giving and the problem statement that you are solving. So I think we would be interested in investment as well. So maybe offline we can connect.
Thank you so much.
Talking about the 3 categories that one is sports aspirants, one is special child, and one is students who are getting transferred, whose parents are getting transferred, are the other category which are low hanging. But to be very honest, this particular school is for the masses. This is we want to cater to the masses. Firstly we are approaching these 3 categories.
Revenue out of them, and then we can put the money to get the masses.
Of course, people are coming towards it. There are early adopters in the market, and we are welcoming more. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you for the presentation. Okay, quickly moving on to the next. We have Akshay, founder.